And welcome to Talk on the Rocks. This is Mike.
And this is Jamie.
And as you can hear, we are back to the original music.
We are.
And we got a wonderful email from Simon Imrai. He's actually the artist who did that music. And he is getting ready to make a resurgence back into his musical career. And he is one of those artists that actually participated when I was doing radio before. We did something called MySpace. Well, not you, Jamie, but me and my brother and a few other people were on a project called MySpace Radio. And we actually had artists from all over the world sending us different songs and things that they wanted on the air. It was great. I mean, we collected all kinds of great music. And it was shocking the amount of quality music that's out there that doesn't actually make it to the air here in the United States. And Simon Imrai, and I hope I pronounced his last name correctly, I-M-R-E-I, he's one of those artists where it just shocks me that he's not already like big. In fact, Jamie, if you remember when we were first looking for music to play, and I started pulling some of that old MySpace radio stuff out, and I played his song, I'm like, you know, I'll try to get a hold of him, but he's probably Mr. Big Shot now, because it's been, you know, how many years has it been?
A while.
Yeah, I'm just shocked because he's really, really talented. So he's going to get back in touch with us when he gets his next album together. And we're definitely going to have him on the air as a guest.
Which would be sweet.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, so I'm looking forward to it.
Very cool.
Well, do you want to jump right into this drink of the night?
I do. And actually, I want to preempt it.
Oh, you're going to preempt
I'm
it?
preempting.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so we have been doing, obviously, Drink of the Night since we started, and I actually found an article on The Consumerist that said, compared to the rest of the world, Americans are light drinkers.
Light drinkers.
Light drinkers. The country that seems to have the most problems with alcoholism and alcohol-related deaths are light drinkers.
Wait, we have the most problems with alcoholism.
It seems to be that way, don't you think? Like, you don't hear in other countries what a bad problem alcoholism is, and
well, usually that's not something you put on like the tourist brochure. Like,
well,
come
of
to
course not.
sunny Ireland where we have people swerving in the streets and people dying in our hospitals from all the drinks we consume.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, according to this World Health Authority report, apparently Americans drink the equivalent of about 470 pints of beer per year. The average American drinks that many, or 31 glasses of wine. The average British drinker knocks down the equivalent of 1,100 pints of beer, and Russians drink 1,350 pints.
Well, oh wait, I'm confused. Is a pint metric system?
Well, yes, but...
Well, there's your problem. We don't do metric here. Now,
well, no, but, hello, how many cans of beer do you think a pint entails? Probably 2, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm not Canadian. I don't keep up with that
stuff. Oh, my goodness.
Now, you tell me that it's in ounces. I know that there's 8 ounces in a can.
Well...
That I can tell you.
There's, what, 16 ounces?
I don't want to do the math.
Somebody out there in Ustream realm, tell us how many ounces are in a pint. I'm fairly certain there's 12 ounces in a can, 2 pints in a quart.
Anyway, all right, keep rock and rolling with this. I want to hear more.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, so it's kind of funny that, you know, we have the most problems with alcoholism.
I don't think that's the truth.
Really? Because we do an alcoholic drink almost every night.
That
doesn't make us alcoholics, though.
But if that's true, though, that because we do a drink every night,
right,
then it would stand to reason that we would be some of the heaviest drinkers in the world.
Well, that's true, but apparently we don't match up. And Laura says that 16 ounces is in one pint, so it's like a can and a third.
Wait, 16 ounces in a pint?
Yeah, so 1 1/3 cans of beer is a pint.
Well, no, there's 8 ounces in a can. Wouldn't it be 2 cans?
There are no 8-ounce cans. There are only 12-ounce cans.
Oh, well, where have I been?
Well, I don't know, because even look at this pop can that I have right here. This
I believe you.
is a 12 fluid ounce can.
I believe you. I'm completely wrong.
That's right. Yeah, Ginny says there's a can and a gulp in a pint.
There we go.
So, anyways, getting back to our drink of the night, right?
Wait, what was the point of that? Was that to make me feel bad that we're not drinking enough and you're trying to encourage Americans to, like, start guzzling?
Yeah, in fact, I am. In fact, start with our drink of the night tonight. which Mike is not a huge fan of. I don't think it's too bad because actually I don't like Jack Daniels.
Well, before the
which
show went live, I was just saying that when you first handed it to me, I took a sip of it. I immediately like, oh yeah, Jack. And then all of a sudden, all this other flavors came with it. It just didn't.
Right.
It's not doing it for me.
Oh my goodness, I've totally had the wrong picture up the entire time. Oh well.
What did you have a picture of?
Our next topic.
Oh, awesome.
Oh well, that's okay. Anyways, so and it has Guinness on this cup, but we're not drinking Guinness tonight. Tonight we're drinking God's Great Creation. It's on our website. It's got 2.5 ounces of whiskey, which of course we have Jack Daniels, and I think Mike would probably hurt me if we had any other kind of whiskey in the house.
That's not true, but I don't understand. They call it God's Great Creation.
That's what it's called.
No, Jack and Coke.
Well,
that's like a pseudonym for Jack and Coke.
All right.
So I don't know who named this.
Okay. Well, I didn't name it. I just found it. All right. So it's got 1.5 ounces of whiskey, an ounce of peach schnapps, 5 tablespoons of frozen orange banana fruit punch, 3/4 to 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice, or juice of 1 lemon, which I actually think if you get a ripe lemon, it's more than that, but that's okay. And then you top it off with Pepsi to taste, which actually I use Coke because that's what we have. So I think it tastes good. It's like a fruity Jack and Coke, which I'm okay with because I don't really like Jack. So.
And that's unfortunate.
Well, you know. It's all in the eye of the beholder, guys. So, Laura says that Ryan is drinking Humpa-Loopalicious. What the heck is that?
That sounds probably more entertaining than what we're drinking.
Goodness.
My goodness. So
it's apparently beer.
All right. Well, you had a picture up of the next topic, and what is that next topic?
Next topic is road rage.
Road rage.
Road rage.
All right, I am ready to talk about road rage.
You are. Well, apparently, and we talked about this a little bit the other day, apparently they now have come out with apps for road rage. For your applications for your iPhone or iPad for road rage.
You're kidding me.
I am not kidding you. In fact, when we get done with this podcast, this show, I should post the actual news broadcast about it. But they do have now applications for road rage. So essentially what you do is you're on the road and driving along and, you know, someone pisses you off and cuts you off or whatever, and you go, oh my God, you're such a bleepity bleep 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 bleep. I can't bleep you bleep 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 bleep. Now there's actually an app that you can pull over. You can enter in their license plate number, where you were at, what time of day it was, and it goes into this big database to this website, and we'll post that up later too. But it goes into this website that you can go in later and see who you've bleepity bleep bleep to and who's bleepity bleep bleep bleeped at you, so you can kind of see, hey, have I incurred any road rage?
Well, oh wait, okay, so that's where you lose me on this thing.
What?
I mean, here's where you lost me.
What?
I am all for the idea of, you know, having a place to vent, because, you know, there are plenty of idiots out there in the road, plenty of them, and just to be able to get on there and say, you know what, FU 187 pulled out in front of me and did this, that, and the other. Post that message. People can check it out.
Right.
Whoever had the license plate FU 187, they're not going to log in to say, you know what, I wonder if I upset anybody today.
No, but if you know about the website, that's pretty funny though. Like, and they said even like there's like pranksters on there that post stupid crap about other people about there on there, but I don't know. I'm kind of hey, I don't want to take the time out of my day. You cut me off. Clearly, you're in the wrong, and you ticked me off. But I'm not going to take time out of my day to pull over, to type in your license plate number to this database and complain about what you just did.
Well, I mean,
Laura thinks the same thing.
Well, there are people who will take the time.
Yeah.
You know, which actually is kind of funny because, you know, the whole movement now is don't text and drive.
Right. Well, they're encouraging people to obviously pull over and do this.
Well, it gives you time to cool off.
Right.
Because you're so upset that you're either going to reach under your seat and grab your iPad or your Glock. And they're hoping that you'll choose the iPad.
Right.
And report them for nearly killing you.
Right. Exactly.
So that's what this is heading for.
Well, about the whole, like, people will actually do this. Like, I wouldn't do this, but people will. Because honest to God, when I was, I want to say like 17 or 18, I just got my license. A friend and I were driving around, and this woman called my mom. Like, she called the police, and the police called my mom and left a voicemail on our answering machine saying, hey, whoever was driving this car in this location at this time was driving recklessly and blah, blah, blah. My mom had already called them back by the time I got home, so you can bet she was not happy when I got home. And
why were you driving recklessly?
I wasn't, though. Like, my friend Chelsea was in the car, and I was not driving recklessly. This woman was either following too closely or whatever, but I was not driving recklessly. I had turned left out of the back end of a grocery store parking lot. Like, you know how most grocery stores have a back entrance or whatever. I turned left out of there's a light there. Like, hi. Obviously, I stopped at the light. Then I turned left, went down the road a little bit, turned right again. Like, I wasn't driving recklessly. And this woman was following me for quite some time to have to, like, demonstrate. There we go. I have to remember my finger quotes on this side because you guys can't see the other side. But, yeah. So she actually called the cops on me. So for people like her, I guess this app would be better than, you know, getting some teenager in trouble. And it was actually more hassle for my mom because she took my license away and then she had to drive me around. So. I
see. Well, one of the things I learned from this article that you sent me about this is that they're trying to find a way to make money from it. They haven't figured out a way to make money from it.
I didn't catch that part.
Well,
how the heck are they going to make money off of it?
I'll tell you exactly how they can make money from it. You know, and I hope they're listening or they listen to the rebroadcast, and I demand full royalty rights on this. I mean, any kind of money you can send their way for me telling you the answer right now, I should get it.
That's right.
And here's the answer. You add in an additional service. This is where people will really want to use it. You add an additional service that they will send whatever message you want, as long as it's not like profane or threats or that kind of thing.
Right, you can't like swear at the person.
Regardless if that person uses the service or not, they should have the ability to look up the name and address of the registered person of that license plate.
And send them a text message?
No, well, they won't be able to do that, but mail them a letter with your explicit comments in there.
Well, that'd be good.
There's some satisfaction. If I'm that mad, and I wanted the satisfaction of knowing that somebody is going to get my message and open it up,
right,
and see it, because it's going to come from.
Because you can't guarantee, obviously, that the person that you're complaining about even knows about this.
That might be worth $5 to me. I don't know what it would cost for them to be able to obtain the information, but it can't be that much.
Hi, whitepages.com.
Well, I know, but you're not going to be able to do it through the license plate. You know, they have to you have to be able to do it through the state. So they can work out some deal with the state that says, hey, here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to encourage safer driving habits. We want to send these messages.
Without reporting people, because that just pisses people off. But then again, it might make money for the state and, you know, like tickets.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That if they would just turn around and charge people money to actually have a printed letter with your up to so many characters complaint sent to them directly, oh yeah. Then you can start making money on it.
Well, Mike from Ohio suggests that they just should have roof-mounted machine guns, and
well, there you go. And you know what though? Wait a minute. I take that back. That might not work.
That just goes with the whole Glock under the seat.
Well, okay, I'm out to lunch on that because here's where I'm at with it. On the one hand, I think it's great because it would definitely deter the amount of crazy driving that goes out there. People might be more willing to give you like some room behind your bumper.
Yeah, but the whole like road rage trigger happy.
Yeah, and then your buddy
I'm
might.
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. Well, but look at it this way. This would just be self-defense because you remember all the shootings that happened on 696. People taking pot shots at cars.
Yeah, but they didn't know where they were coming from.
But now you have a roof. Now you have a roof-mounted machine gun. You can return fire. There you go. 696 is safe once again, thanks to people with roof-mounted machine guns.
What is it? It's a roof.
A roof.
It's not a roof. It's a roof. Roof is what a dog says.
No, a roof. It's a roof-mounted machine gun.
What is?
Did you ever heard that song? The roof is on fire. We don't need the water. Let them burn.
No, but I've heard the roof, which rhymes with what is on the bottom of a horse's foot. What's on the bottom of their leg?
A hoof.
Yes, a hoof. It rhymes with that.
A roof and a hoof. You just said it rhymes with that.
No.
I said hoof.
It's a hoof.
Yeah. It's a hoof.
Right? And it's a roof.
It's roof and hoof.
No, it doesn't rhyme with that.
Roof and hoof.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a hoof. And it's rough.
It's
Roof,
not.
hoof.
Roof is what a dog says.
Whatever.
Whatever. Anyways, see, we've got people now singing in our chat. Awesome. Good job, honey.
Anyway, all right, we'll agree to disagree.
Whatever.
I won't blow the roof off the house over this.
You won't blow the roof at the house?
So what's the verdict here? That you think this is a good idea or a bad idea when it comes to road rage, reporting it on an app?
Not everyone's going to use it, so have at it. Free speech, whatever. It's no skin off my back as long as, people aren't getting reported for it. And this is the thing, though. I would be more upset if this was going to, the police, in the local police saying, hey, this person was dangerously driving, blah, blah, blah. They cut me off. They almost caused an accident, blah, 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 blah. I'd have a problem with that only because the people that are probably going to get nailed with this didn't know that this app even existed, so them getting in trouble for something, obviously they know they did something wrong, but they didn't know that Legalize were watching until they know about the app, which in the case that they don't know about the app, then they're kind of effed. It's like Big Brother's watching, only you don't know that there's a Big Brother. That's the part that gets me.
Big Brother's watching, but there's not a Big Brother.
No, that you don't know that there's a Big Brother.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying, though?
I guess I do. In some weird sort of conspiracy theory way.
That's right. Hi, we've been watching too much NCIS.
I was say, is someone checking up how many times I read Catcher in the Rye?
Yeah, exactly. 1984. How many times have you checked that out of the old library?
So, just for the record, on our little disagreement over roof versus roof. That no, it is definitely milk, right?
It is milk, not milk. And what's the thing that you put your head on at night?
The one I always like is when people say bag. Okay, just put it in the bag. No, it's a bag.
It's a bag.
It's a bag. It's not a bag. It's a bag.
What's the thing that you put your head on at night?
A pillow?
Yeah, lots of Michiganders say pillow.
Oh, well, I always like the ones that say, "Hey, you guys, listen here."
That's New York.
I'm gonna tell all of you one thing or another. No, I've heard it a lot here too.
Use guys.
Use guys. Hey, you guys. Use guys.
Really?
Yes.
That's strange.
But also, there's the big, soda versus pop.
Well, right, and then everything in Texas is Coke. No matter if you want Sprite, Orange Pop, anything, it's all Coke. What kind of Coke do you want?
That's a Southern thing all around.
It is. It's very
when
strange.
When I lived in Georgia for a couple of years, I finally figured out the exact way to say Coke to get a Sprite. So
I want a Sprite Coke?
No. You just say.
I want a Sprite?
It's kind of like the word Smurf and from the Smurfs. It means everything. It's all in the inflection, baby. It's all in the inflection.
That's kind of crazy. So how do you say I want a root beer?
I want a root beer?
But you said it's like Smurf. You say Coke.
Oh, you're talking about down south. Oh, well, if you want root beer.
Oh, my God. See what I live with, people?
Oh, come on.
Whatever.
You weren't clear. I thought you were still going back to how we say things up here. But no, if you want a root beer down there, you just say, let me get an A&W.
An A&W?
A&W. There you is.
That's right.
There you is. You got yourself a root beer.
And Mike says he just drops the word root. Hey, I want a beer.
There you go.
See, he's got the right idea. P.S. Laura posted what Ryan's drinking. I want to know what Ginny and Mike are drinking because you know that they're drinking tonight. Ginny has posted some delectable sounding drinks. She's never given me the recipe, but delectable sounding drinks in the past couple of days on Facebook. She's even posted pictures, and I'm like, dude, I need those recipes now. Stat.
So I understand that you've tried out a new game, and you've described this new game as a modern day Oregon Trail.
Yeah, a really, really sad version of the Oregon Trail. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, this new website. Let me see if I can bring it up here. It's called, what is it called? Spentgame.com. And basically, it puts you through your pieces of, can you survive on basically $1,000 a month? And it comes up with questions. Like every day there's a new question. There's, do you pay, first you have to pick your job. And I picked that I was a factory worker working for $9 an hour or something like that. And then I had to pick whether I'm going to use health insurance through the company or not. And I chose not because it was like $800 or something like that.
You wanted to beat the game.
I wanted to try and beat the game. And I came this close to beating the game. I had to make some cuts. My kid didn't get to go on a field trip. I didn't get to go to the dentist when I had a really bad toothache. I just took some numbing gel. But on the 30th day, of course they had to throw me a curveball because I had like $5 left in my account and they weren't going to let me go through the entire month. They had to prove their point that my mother needed like some intensive medication that cost like $100. So on the 30th day I was sunk. But it
did it give you a choice not to get it for your mother?
Yes.
But you decided that you wanted to save your mother's life.
Well, yes.
Well, that's a good child.
I do love my mommy.
But people would actually have the choice to let the mother go.
Right. Well, not like obviously let her die, but just not give her the medication, which is going to help her improve her life situation.
That really does sound like Oregon Trail.
Seriously. And you had to make some really tough decisions. Like, not just that, but obviously my toothache. One day my car broke down. No, somebody siphoned gas out of my gas tank, and I had to choose whether I just don't go to work at all, I take the bus, or I pay more money to put more gas in my car or something like that.
And what did you do?
I actually took the bus.
Wow, what a trooper.
Because it cost less money at that point in time, and even though I lost a lot of my pay for that day because it took like 3 times as long to take the bus, I still got paid for some part of that day. And so, like, the other choices would be to stay home or to pay more money out of pocket, which I didn't have because I was going to get paid in, like, 2 days. So, like, this is, like, really sad. And there was another one, like, my kid was failing math, and I either had to pay $150 for a tutor or ask a friend. So I'm sure that those of you who are Facebook friends with me, had that pop up on your stream that asked for help for my child's tutoring or whatever, or... Yeah, it was like real life situations that was kind of scary. It was like really like whether it makes or breaks the bank on the decisions, like the small decisions that you make. I did make the concession though that like my kid would get, they had a friend over and the ice cream truck came and, you know, do you give your kid the $5 to have him and her friend, whatever, your kid and their friend have ice cream, or to just say, don't got the money, whatever. So I did make the concession that obviously my kid would get to do that, seeing as I told them that they couldn't go on the field trip to the museum.
I see. So you just weren't in the habit of knocking them down repeatedly.
No.
See, why didn't you let them go on the field trip to the museum and then deny them the ice cream? Shouldn't you have fed their brain and not their tummies?
Well, I was also trying to maintain, like, it made me go grocery shopping too.
Oh.
Yeah. I should have fed their brain and not fed their tummies. However, it was $15 to go to the museum and only $5 for the ice cream. And you get the benefit of they look cool to their friend too. So they keep their social connections. However, it made me go grocery shopping and I could only pick a little bit of each thing because, you know, I only had so much money. And basically at the end of it, it said, you, like many other Americans, go shopping with, like, you're not going to get the nutrition you need. Like, that's just point blank. You're not going to get the nutrition you need if this is all you're existing on for groceries for the next 3 weeks.
So a case of ramen noodles won't cut it?
No. In fact, that was on there.
See, that which to me should have been a total win. I mean, in theory, I could live off ramen noodles.
In theory, however, you would, A, bloat like crazy because of the amount of sodium. B, there is absolutely no nutritional value in ramen noodles. You would suffer from malnutrition.
Why would they allow that to be made?
Why do they make candy? Why do they make junk food? Why do they make anything? Because it tastes good, right?
No, but they actually put the word meal in a cup.
Really?
It's not a meal. Then, according to you,
no.
See, I was all about the ramen noodle thing. Like, take some 30-day challenge where all I eat is ramen noodles for 30 days straight, and I'd be like, "Yo, all you poor people, you can suck it because this ain't so bad."
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it though.
And then I'd be vilified everywhere I go because I'm mean to poor people, and I'm not mean to poor people. I love poor people, especially when you're stepping over them and tossing money in their cup on your way to some rich person event.
Oh my goodness, honey. For all of you guys that don't know, he's kidding.
I love me the poor peeps.
Yeah, I really hope that nobody important's watching
this. What a statement to make. I really hope nobody important's watching. No, it's just all these people.
No, they know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
You know what? Did you make our drinks differently? Because yours is already messing
you
up.
know what? My face is a little pink.
So
See, they's the poor people. That's what Mike said. Mike from Ohio agrees with us. They the poor people. We the poor people too.
yes.
So, anyways, so if you guys want to check out this game, please do. I'll post the link in chat right now.
It is definitely an eye opener.
It is for sure, honey. Did you actually get a chance to play
Yeah,
this?
and some of the choices I got presented, I got into an accident, and I was given the choice to leave the scene of the accident, and I did because there's no way I could have afforded the hike and premium, and I was uninsured anyway, probably.
Right.
Oh, you can't post the link because URL removed.
Oh, dang it! All right,
We'll post it
it's
on
going
our
on
website.
Facebook.
It'll go on our Facebook.
I'll do that right now so you guys can check it out and like let us know what you think. But yeah, it was a really big eye opener.
And just a message here for my friend Jason. I'm going to let him know. You want to know why poor people always smell like sour milk? See, Jason, they can't afford fresh milk. If they could afford fresh milk, they would smell like fresh milk, but they can't. So they smell like sour milk.
Oh my god.
So there you go. There's your answer. Now you know. And you'll use that knowledge on Jeopardy one day. Alex Trebek will be on there and says, "If you're poor, you'll smell like this." Beep, beep, beep. What is sour milk? Bing. Indignation for
You're
1,000.
ridiculous.
Oh, sorry.
You're ridiculous. Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. Do you want to move on to our next topic?
I am. Am I going to go ahead and
Yes.
spell it out? You ready?
Yep.
So let's say you have a child who does not like to go to school. And he wastes...
Not only just doesn't like to go to school, they just don't go to school.
Just don't go to school. And you've tried everything. The school's called and said, "Hey, we got to get your kid in school." Certain law enforcement agencies even gotten involved and punished the parents when their kids don't come to school. So a school district has gotten the idea of, let's make sure our truant kids are actually going to school by forcing them to carry around a GPS locator. Yes.
Yeah.
A GPS locator. This GPS locator, they have to enter in a code 5 times a day to verify their location. And actually, based on the article that I read, that by making the kids do this, it's actually improved their attendance by as much as 95%.
Wow.
Yes. But parents don't like it. Not all parents like it. They say it treats their kids like common criminals.
Well, if your kid isn't going to school and they're truant, they are not abiding by the law.
But come on, Jamie. Haven't you ever skipped school ever in your life?
Does college count? No, because college isn't mandatory.
Okay, yeah. College does not count.
No, I've never skipped school.
Oh, my goodness. Jamie. Never, ever.
Never.
Did you
Even
do it-
on senior skip day, we got threatened with many, many detentions, and I had I only had one detention in my life. And that was in 4th grade. I don't
Did
remember.
you ever have fun before college? Was there ever anything fun in your life before college?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm just kidding. Yes, I did have fun.
Okay, you just always like to do it on the straight and narrow?
Yeah.
I
It usually worked out well for me because then my mother didn't get upset with me, which I didn't like. Because that usually made my life hell. I usually had to do something I didn't like scoop poop in the backyard from the dogs, or shovel 10 feet of snow, or move wood pellets. It wasn't pretty when I was in trouble. I didn't like it.
See, skipping school, I wasn't a truant student, but I did skip school now and then, and there's plenty of places to do it around here, especially, even before... Excuse me?
I'm just saying, that's funny to me. Because as crazy as it sounds, Highland, Michigan is more hoppin' than where I would have had to go if I skipped school.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you can go hang out in an actual business because they're going to say, "Hey, why aren't you in school?"
Right, exactly.
But the cool thing was, especially in the spring and the sun, in the warmer months before school is out, is that you just go down to the bus stop, wave to your mom and dad, "Hey, see you later," and you walk all the way down to the end of the street. And then you hang
out in the woods for the entire day, or in your case, in your shed.
Oh yeah, well we go out to the woods and we'd have our BB guns out there hidden, and we'd be out there shooting our BB guns, and some of us would be smoking, and just be all party for 6.5 hours. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I never had that choice because my parents always dropped me off at school. And then when I actually had my license and I could have conceivably skipped skip school. When I dropped my mom off for work in the morning and then I would go to school. No, there is no way. She would find out, she would kill me, and then she would stomp on my head and kill me again. Like, no, there is no skipping school. And Ginny is right. Or, I'm sorry, Mike from Ohio is right. Parents were scary when I was a kid. My mom was scary. And I was even more scared of my brother to find out that if he found out that I skipped school. Granted, he wasn't the best role model for that. However, you always want better for your siblings and your children than you had. And yeah, Mike says parents are pussies now.
Well, society has made them that way. Yes.
Well, that's right. Ginny says that kids have children's services on speed dial. You can't punish them.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like anything else. I mean, we could go on a whole show on how parenting is different these days.
For sure. But you know what? You just have to be creative in your punishments.
Yeah, I mean, like even in my own family, I mean, just the range of punishments that happen. Here's my older sister gets in trouble for making a long distance collect call from a payphone, and got really in trouble, like seriously.
From a payphone, though?
Yeah, she went to a payphone, and then basically, because what it is, you could go to the payphone to say it's a collect call, and then call some other teenager 5 states away, and the kids, going to answer the call and say, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll take it." And the next thing you know, they're paying $5 a minute back then.
But there's no consequence to the person who calls collect, though.
No, I mean you can say
then why
no.
was she in trouble? Like,
well, no, because the kid's parents called the grand. Because here's all right.
Goodness.
Now you're gonna make me explain the whole circle.
Well, yes, because this doesn't make any sense. Why would Sandy get in trouble for calling collect to someone else who didn't have to answer?
Can I answer now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good. Okay, you done feigning outrage?
It's not feigned outrage. It's real outrage.
All right, listen. Sandy went on vacation down south with my grandmother, who lived down there, and then met.
Is this your Mima or is this your grandma?
This would be my. No, I don't have a Mima. This would be my granny.
Oh, your granny. Sorry.
Yes. So my granny down south, and went down there, had a nice vacation. Well, met a nice teenage boy in the neighborhood. And
how old was Sandy at this point?
I don't know. 14, 13, something like that.
Okay.
Teenager age.
Right.
So meets the boy, whatever. Nothing bad happened, I assure you. But they came back. It's just, teenage puppy love or teenage puppy like. And so I decided I wanted to call the boy up. And, you don't have the money to put into a payphone. Make the call. Start talking. And no, you know what it was? It wasn't completely collect. It was back when you could actually put the money in to start the call. And then they give you like an extra minute. And they tell you to put more money in.
Ah.
And so she just split and left the phone hanging. But what got her in trouble, though, is after the boy's parents called my granny, who called my parents, she was supposed to be somewhere else that she wasn't.
Oh,
so there is. I
just
remember there was more to the story than that. But it wasn't like she was out smoking dope or something. She was down the street using a payphone at the party store.
Okay, well,
but the bottom line is that my parents, my dad, way overreacted. He went out looking for him and made this big blowout deal about it. Finally found her, brought her home, and yeah, it was not a pretty scene.
Yeah.
Whereas later on, the stuff that my younger brother and younger sister got away with, I won't even go into detail. It was just murder,
right?
Compared to the two. It's unbelievable how things kind of lightened up.
Right.
So yeah, it's society that does it.
True story. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, my brother's kids are pretty well raised and all of that, and they had creative punishments such as, if you don't do something, you get to run around the house 10 times, which sucked because you got timed, and if you didn't do it in a certain amount of time, then you had to do it again. And they lived on a hill, so it was up and down hills and whatever. And obviously, there were no beatings involved, but they're very creative punishments like that. And they had to do extra chores or that kind of thing, which I'm in favor of those kind of punishments, because then you don't actually have to worry about the child abuse thing, but you're actually getting something out of it. Like, hey, I really don't like scrubbing toilets for all of my Saturday. I'd rather be playing with my friends, so maybe I shouldn't do whatever I did again.
So, well, here we go. I'm actually with Jason in our chat room here. So skipping school is a rite of passage. There is some days you have to take. There's just a fine line between.
I didn't even take my birthday off.
No, well,
Like of the days that you would want to skip school and, have, woohoo, I get to party by myself, blah, blah, blah. And, no, I didn't.
Well, nobody ever. Okay, well, I know you didn't skip school ever, but just so you know, for those of us who did skip school, we never said, "Woohoo! I want to party by myself." Just so you know, just in case that's what you thought we all did.
Did you ever skip school alone?
No, I was always had something.
You had a
with me.
co-conspirator.
Yeah, usually it was Dean.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
Hence why you guys.
But Jason's right. It is a rite of passage. I mean, everyone skips school.
Apparently I haven't had that passage yet.
We would cut class. Like we just decided, today we're not going to go to a 4th hour or 5th hour. We're just going to go hide. I
could never do that because all the teachers knew who I was.
No, well, here's what we did. We go into the bathroom, and we'd sit in the stalls and lock the door and just sit in there. I mean, is somebody going to keep coming back and check? Wow, it's the same pair of shoes the 3 times I've been in here.
Right.
I don't care, But we're sitting, and I'll never forget the time we decided to do that. We're in the boys' bathroom, just sitting there minding our own business, and we were, making, shooting spit wads out of toilet paper and making paper airplanes and throwing them, over the stall door at each other. And
why?
Just because it's more fun than sitting in class and being bored. And because you can't sleep because the teacher's on top of you telling you, you have to pay attention and learn stuff. I mean, what the heck's this learning crap anyway? But
I'm going to tell that to Colin next time you tell him he has to do his homework, which is tomorrow.
Well, we got caught. I take it back. We didn't actually get caught, but I'm sure there was a suspicion raised about us when one of the teachers came in to take a dump while we're sitting there.
How uncomfortable is that?
What was bad about it is he sits down. You can hear everything's amplified in a quiet bathroom. We're trying to be quiet. It's worse than the church giggles because then you hear the belt jingle and then you hear the pants drop and then you see him sit down. Then he lets that little. He sits down and you're sitting there. You're fighting it, right? And the next thing you know, his butt is beatboxing into that toilet. It is just.
It's not right.
And you're just like. Who is that? Who's in there? It's like, oh, time to go. Bolt.
Well, at that point, that'd be the time to bolt because literally he caught him with his pants down.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, that's always uncomfortable. It's even uncomfortable now. Like, even if you go to work and you have to go to the bathroom and you go to the bathroom and then one of your, really close coworkers comes in, like someone that you work with every day, but you're still not, that close with them, you're like, please leave. Please leave. Please leave.
Yeah.
So.
But the whole point was that everybody skips school. There's just that line between when it's just cutting class occasionally and outright being truant.
Right.
And these kids who have to carry around the GPS devices. I mean, that's not all though. Not only do they have to carry around the GPS devices. You read the article, right? Did you see what else? They actually have an adult volunteer call them 3 times a week.
They have to call them to get them up in the morning to make sure that they're going to school.
The way they word it is they call them 3 times a week to discuss attendance strategies.
Right, exactly. Get your ass out of bed now! Exactly is how that call goes down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this would work in some situations in some areas, though, because it's not necessarily all the kids' fault why they don't get up. I don't know that you could pin this on, I think there should be an age limit. Yes, middle school and up, absolutely. 5th grade down, it's really the parents' responsibility to make sure your kid is up and ready and on the bus or walking to school. Because I know, at least in the district that I work in, most of the reason that the kids are truant is because parents aren't prepared to get their kids to school on time. Obviously, a 2nd or 1st grader can't walk to school by themselves. It's more of the parents' problem than the kids' problem.
Right. Well, I think that this program is geared more towards the high schoolers.
Right. So, I mean, even though middle school, you obviously trust your kids to walk to school or trust your kids to get on the bus. And like Jenny said, a lot of parents work, so they trust that their kids are getting on the bus when they're supposed to be and that kind of thing. So I think even at the middle school level, it could be instituted and used appropriately.
Right.
But anyways, so shall we move on?
Absolutely, because I know it's exciting to keep talking about GPSs in the hands of truant kids.
Well, that's true. Do we want to move on to the fantastic topic of Facebook stalking?
Ooh, now there is a good topic. Facebook stalking. Ooh.
True story. Apparently, there's a new breakup notifier that emails you when people you're stalking on Facebook change their relationship status.
Yes. So you put in all the names of the people you got your eye on, and the minute they become single, you could swoop right in and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you broke up with
So and so.
so and so."
To be honest, I do this kind of informally. Like, obviously, I see if a friend's Facebook status has changed from in a relationship to single. And, you know, if it's kind of a shock, obviously, I contact the person and be like, hey, are you okay? What happened? Do you need anything? That kind of thing, like out of concern. But I think this could be used for divisive tactics as far as like exes go or friends you're not friends with
This is
anymore.
purely for the people out there who have a bunch of friends who are single. They have a bunch of friends out there that they keep tabs on that they would like to be more than friends with. And the minute that Susie Q breaks up with Bobby Big, then you can move right in and say, "Oh, Susie, I'm
Bobby
sorry.
Big, huh?
Sorry, things didn't work out with Bobby Big, but if you'd like to go out and have
I
coffee
have a
sometime to
shoulder
talk
for you
about
to
it,
cry on."
we could go out for coffee and talk about it, and then you could tell her how wonderful you are. But if you weren't the first person to know that she broke up,
You might have lost
you
your
might
chance.
have missed your window.
Right.
So there you go.
I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I think it's a little too creepy. Like, there's actually an app for this. I don't know.
Well, I mean, well, Jenny in the chat room said that it shows up on the news feed anyway. Which
But it doesn't send you an email.
Right. Well, that's what I was
You
saying.
can
That's the
pick
only difference.
specific
That
people to stalk.
right. I mean, basically, it does the legwork for you. Is the big difference. I mean, it's not like you're doing anything underhanded to get the information.
Right.
But
still, like, I'm wondering too, it probably doesn't notify these people that you're actually actively stalking them. Like, obviously, you know, like, your stuff is out there on Facebook, and if you're going to change your Facebook status, you're obviously going to have a lot of people going, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
but the fact that you have people actually, like, getting notified that you have broken up with whomever or you are with someone.
now I haven't dug into the product, so I don't know the answer to this. But did you happen to see if it's only people you're friends with, or can also you just pick people who make their profiles public?
Let me look.
Is there that would definitely be a power tool, because then you could like line up like your entire graduating class from high school.
And see who made it and who didn't. It says just selected targets.
All right, then I would
Choose the friends you want to digitally declare that you regularly stalk. So,
well, they're saying the friends.
yeah, I think you have to be friends with the person, which is fine because honestly, like, unless you had a really bad relationship with a person in high school, like, I know that people from high school that I was kind of friends with, but I haven't talked to them since high school, have friended me on Facebook, like, recently, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I've actually tried to friend people that I haven't talked to since high school, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And it's kind of cool to catch up and see, hey, what's going on in their life. And, you know, it's all done through like their pictures and, hey, oh, this person got married, hey, they have a really cute baby or whatever, you know. But of course you never talk to the person. Why would you do that?
Right, but you know, getting back to the subject of stalking is it happens quite a bit. I mean, I think everyone knows this, that you know, people are constantly curious about what's happening in their circle of friends. But MySpace, you know, was, you know, when that was, it used to be the big thing before Facebook. You know, people would do it bad there, because that was like the place to go meet people to hook up with. You know, because there was no, I mean, you could just, you know, put all these friend requests out, and people either took them or didn't. There was no real rhyme or reason to it. So you just add
add random people.
You add all these random people very easily,
right?
And then you just keep posting out things to troll for responses, and then the responses would come in, and then you know who the people are that you need to be working on.
Exactly.
But yeah, MySpace is definitely dead now, but it had its day, and it was a lot easier to troll on MySpace than it was for Facebook.
Yeah, I still think Facebook should go back to, you know, only people with like university addresses. Like, I like the elitist part of it. Yeah, I'm snooty like that.
What?
You know what? I liked it because it wasn't like MySpace in that way. Like, it was, you actually had to have some kind of genuine address, like email address to actually be on Facebook. It couldn't just be anybody. It couldn't be 13-year-old kids. Like, I don't know. Too many things get blown out of proportion too easily as far as like,
Who are you friending on your Facebook? That this is a problem for you.
Not me. Like, you hear all these stories about how, this cyberbullying happened because, but
the thing is, that's going to happen no matter what. Even if MySpace was to be quote unquote elitist, back when you were happy with it.
I don't think I was ever happy with it. It was just what I knew.
Yeah. So they're gonna have just something else that people can get on and bully each other,
right?
And stalk each other on,
right? I don't know. I don't know. In the whole like interest of our whole parent discussion, in the interest of protecting underage kids, I don't know. I like a little bit more.
Well, they'll just find somewhere else to go.
Well, good. It doesn't have to be cyberbullying. It can be someone you can be face to face with instead of people that just talk the talk. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not saying bullying obviously is good in any venue, but.
Yeah, I have never been a victim of stalking on Facebook, but on MySpace, I've had some run-ins that made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Anybody I need to like judo chop?
No, they finally ended, but
okay.
They were just from relationships that ended a little too soon for their liking.
So people I do need to judo chop.
No,
touchy.
It's been years since there's ever been a problem, but
still,
it was shortly after my divorce, and I was back in the dating world, and I had no idea that there was all kinds of levels of crazy because I had been.
You were used to one level of crazy.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, it would be the weird stuff where they would hinge upon every picture I uploaded, and every time I'd have a picture uploaded, they're right there to comment on it and then send me a message about it.
I do that.
Well, in a non-creepy sort of way, you do.
Well,
I mean, it's
right.
different.
I am gonna be your wife.
Like friends and family is one thing, but here's these women that me being a single man or a recently divorced man, I accepted their friend requests and
you schmuck.
Yeah, well, I've dated a few ladies off of MySpace, and it was all right.
Yes, Jenny, I am a
but
stalker on Facebook.
you go out on some dates and things just didn't quite work out, and so you just kind of say, hey, you know what, we can still be friends, and they don't want to be friends, and so you cut them off of MySpace, and next thing you know, they're friends with somebody you didn't who's already friends with you on MySpace, and they just use their account to sit there and keep sending you messages, and it was
awkward.
A little awkward, a little freaky. Hey, you broke my friend Allison's heart. You're a real asshole.
And you are.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I broke her heart because I didn't want to go on date number 4. It took 3 dates to kind of figure it out that
it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
He was waiting for me.
Yeah, it's like, it's not me, it's you.
Yeah.
So and I always told them face to face during that last date. I always said, "Hey, look, you're a really nice person." I kind of give them the exit,
the pep talk,
the whole exit strategy thing, which later on.
Wait, I've never heard this. Come on, give me the exit strategy.
Or that's the wrong phrase, not the exit strategy, but the whole exit speech. Like, hey, the debriefing, which actually, which. What are you laughing about?
Debriefing?
The debriefing, yes. I mean, later on, more recently, I just stopped doing the debriefing because it always leads to worse. Because here's how it goes: you sit down, you're having a nice dinner and stuff, and then she's making odd references to all the different guys she's been with, and then there's this one time I was with this one guy, blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, you know what? The last 2 dates were a little bit nice, but you kept making these references. Now the third date, it's like, okay, I don't know how comfortable you think you are with me, but that's just we're still new,
right?
And then you just break it down for them, and you just say, all right, you know what, you Allison are an amazing woman, and you are going to find somebody someday that's just going to blow your socks off. I'm not that guy, and I think that maybe when you find this guy, it'll all just click, and you won't be so nervous with him that you feel the need to tell all these stories about other people you've been with
that are uncomfortable for a new person.
That makes
in
them feel
life.
very uncomfortable. What do you mean? All right, look. Remember the time you told me about your boyfriend Brad and how he was amazing in bed and all the wonderful things you like to do with him? Okay, I'm not Brad, so why are you telling me? Yeah, that's uncomfortable. Why are you telling me about this?
Yeah,
you know, that kind of stuff. You know, that's wonderful that your boyfriend Todd could touch his kneecap with it, but
my goodness,
I don't need to hear about the
up.
freak show. I don't need to hear about the freak show. So that stuff is going to kind of hurt you in the dating game. Listen, I had a wonderful evening tonight.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you. I'm very glad we took separate cars tonight. I'm glad that they didn't tip you off ahead of time. And here, let me pick up the tab and have a good night and a good life.
See, at least you were a gentleman about it. At least you picked up the tab. I've had first dates, and I know we've talked about this earlier, that like picking up even the first date tab was a problem for the guy. Over sandwiches. It wasn't like a 5-course dinner. It was lunch. It was sandwiches.
See, that's always the best though. You know, it's like I always hear about that, about the first date, about how, you know, first of all, if you can't afford to pick up dinner, why are you going on the first date if you're the guy?
Right.
I mean, unless
obviously you're not expecting to go Dutch if you're the girl.
Well, I mean, if you've been talking online and the girl's obviously saying that, hey, you know, I love doing Dutch. It makes me feel, you know, hey, I hate being taken care of. Whatever reason she says she likes going Dutch. If it's laid out ahead of time, that's one thing.
Right.
But if it's not spoken about, then it's always assumed in my mind that the man picks up the tab. Sorry,
That's right.
It's just the way it is. It's just one tradition that goes with it. But
sorry, guys, if that's sexist or whatever, but I don't know. As a girl, I still feel the same way, and I don't know about you, the rest of you girls, but I definitely feel like, you know, at least for the first date, if you're meeting somewhere for a meal, the man always pays.
Yes. Well, you know, and the bill comes out, and you know, I like to people watch. You know, when you're at the restaurant, when you're just kind of sitting there hanging out, you're talking and visiting with the person you're with, but you kind of people watch. You do it too, Jamie.
Yeah, I do.
You know, in fact,
all the time.
You've got amazing insights on things.
Really?
You do like the one time we were at Applebee's and you sat there and listened to that whole conversation that happened behind you, and then you like gave me the whole play-by-play. Well, this is their first date, and he makes some pretty good money, and she's not sure what she wants to do with yet.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, and you like completely came down blow by blow what the heck happened behind you.
It wasn't that hard. It was like, it wasn't behind me, it was behind you. I could see the couple, and you could tell it was like a first or second date, because they were talking about like genuine, like, this I'm getting to know you questions, like, hey, this is where I grew up, hey, blah blah blah. And they were kind of, I don't know, the guy was probably in his early to mid 40s, I want to say, and the girl was probably in her late 30s, maybe early 40s. And you could definitely tell, like, it was a first or second date. And, like, I think that they came separate just from how that they were talking, like, things that you think that they would have talked about before then if they had been driving together. I don't know. It just, like, and it was a whole, like, hey, are you going to get dessert? Well, I don't know. Do I want to stay a little bit longer? Do we want to move on to somewhere else? Like, you know, that whole back and forth. And I'm like, Mike, this is like a first date. Like, I'm watching this happen.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and the ironic thing was that we weren't too far into our relationship either.
No, I don't even know. I think it was still summer. Was it summertime? Or
we were only a few months in spring, because we were only a few months in.
Yeah.
You know, well, the thing was about us though is that we
clicked
together so hard and so fast. You know,
we did.
You know, it was like we'd been married for years at that point.
Seriously.
Honestly, I feel like every time we get through another month, it's like another year of marriage.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad.
No,
I feel the same way too, though.
It's a good thing. I don't. As in, not like I feel like I'm trapped with you, and oh my God, like, you know, when does my sentence end? I mean, like I just feel that much more. Like we just have that much more history behind, you know, between us, and we're just because we're so comfortable and just so whatever. Like most people, they see us, they probably think we've been married. Well, heck, every time we go out with Colin, he thinks
everyone thinks he's my kid.
Yeah, I know. Like we've been married for a long time,
right? This is our 6, almost 7 year. Oh my God, he's gonna be 7, honey.
I know. Next month.
Crazy. So. Well, in another week or so, this will be our 15-month anniversary.
Why?
Not that we keep counting, obviously, and celebrating. It's just like, hey, it's another month.
Right. So back to the people watching and first dates.
Sorry.
Sitting there looking around, and I love it when you see the first date, and then the bill comes out, and the guy sits there and studies it. Like, he won't touch it. either.
Right.
It's just there, or he'll flip it over if they put it face down. Flip it over, and he'll just kind of, fold his arms and lean back and look at it, and either the girl just takes it and pays it, or finally he'll, the waitress will come over and he'll ask for it to be split. So
That's awkward.
Are you kidding me?
That means he didn't have a good time and there is no second date. But still,
not always. Sometimes there are just men that are that dense or that,
really?
or just that firm in their principles that, hey, equality down the board.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Honestly, even if a guy was interested in me and did want to continue on a second date, that's kind of a deal breaker. Like, it is. It is a deal breaker. And I know, honey, obviously I didn't give you that first chance because we met for coffee on our first date. And I was there like hours ahead of time because I had a huge exam the next day. And I figured, you know what? I'm nervous enough. I'm just going to go like super early and study while I wait for him. So actually, I was on my second coffee by the time he got to the actual like coffee shop, and I was wired, excited, like nervous, and I'd had 2 cups of coffee by then. That was not a genius point on Jamie's part. But yeah, I don't know. Deal breaker. First date, if a guy is like, let's go Dutch, or why don't you pick it up? Deal breaker.
Yes.
But Ginny says that Mike just started carrying his wallet 3 years ago. She paid for it all with his money. See? It doesn't matter who, after you have the relationship initiated, it doesn't matter who pays. Like, Mike and I obviously share now who pays for what, and, sometimes I pay, sometimes he pays. It just depends,
It depends on whose payday is that Friday.
Right, exactly. Who's getting paid? Who got paid the most recently? Who has the most money in their account? Okay,
right.
That's who pays. And obviously neither one of us care or mind now. Like, even though we're not married yet, our money is our money. My money is his money is my money, whatever. But, yeah, it just... The first date, though, when you're still totally getting to know each other, that is total deal breaker. I don't know about you, honey. Here's a question.
Well, you don't know about me. I mean, I never have the chance to make her pay. It's always me anyway, so I don't get...
No. I wanted to pose a different question to you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
What if you were on a first date and the girl just snatched up the bill and just paid for it immediately instead of, like, letting you do it? What would you do?
Well, it depends on her demeanor. I mean, is she looks like put off by it, or does she?
What if she looks like Coach Beast from the Glee?
Okay, if she looked like Coach Beast from the Glee, we wouldn't even be in that situation to begin with. I'm sorry. I mean, no offense to the drag queen looking
actors
actors out there, but. Okay, I mean, I can't really say no offense. That was pretty offensive.
It was very offensive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just, if you're more manly than me, you're not my type. I'm just sorry. I like my women feminine. That's
your woman.
My woman. I'm sorry. You know what I meant.
I did.
Rough. So.
Are you barking at me?
But anyway, if she grabs it, and when I say her demeanor, I mean as in like does she look...
She's very gruff and forward
and agitated, like you can tell, like she's just doing it because she just wants to
get out.
She wants to get out. She doesn't want to feel like indebted to me, whatever. She doesn't want to feel like you have to be ingratiated, like, oh, thank you for dinner, and like she like wants out, like she's like, okay, she doesn't want a second date, and if she lets me pay, she's gonna feel bad about it. I don't know.
You're like, psh, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Not getting a second date
wouldn't be.
I'm trying to think if there's ever been a situation where I didn't get a second date that I wanted. No, I think
really?
I think yeah, because I
every second date that you've wanted, you've gotten.
I can only think of one time that I was actually no. Yeah, I can only think of like one time really that I actually didn't get the relationship to continue. Like I got broken up with and was just really set back by it, and that was actually I was a teenager.
Yeah, Laura said the same thing there, that she's never had a date that she didn't get to continue, which isn't quite fair, Laura, because Brian was her first and her only, and they're married now, so that's not exactly the same.
There you go.
She's got 100% success rate.
Hey, it's a fact. It's a fact. Well, you can't argue with that.
That's true. You know what? Honestly, I don't think that I've had There aren't any dates that I've gone on, like first dates, that I've hoped that there was a second date and a second date didn't happen.
Oh, so you have 100% success rate?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Yeah, there are some second dates that I afterwards wish I hadn't gone on, but
You know, you were this close to having me as a failure then.
why?
Because when I asked you if I could walk you to your car.
Well, that's
if you
no, because if I'd still expressed interest afterwards, would you still have been, meh, she doesn't really like me, even though she's telling me that she's interested in a second date?
you know, I don't remember what was in my inbox on Plenty of Fish, so I couldn't tell you.
Honey!
I'm kidding. I'm so...
For real?
No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
Oh my God. So basically, if I hadn't said, yeah, you can walk me to my car, that'd have been it. I've been done.
No,
I would be still living in Royal Oak, single, and I don't know.
I was kidding.
Okay.
If you had called me afterwards and still expressed interest, then maybe I would have remembered, or not remembered, but I would have thought better about it and said, oh, well, that was just a mixed signal. I'm sorry. She really did like me.
Right. Well, I mean,
But we don't have to worry about that because you answered correctly. I said, can I walk you to your car? You said yes. We had a nice chat down Birmingham and
a hug in the parking garage.
I know. I was gonna try to give you a kiss, but I could tell you you were not giving me the kiss me body language.
Well, you know, as much as I liked you the first date, it's still like a little unnerving in today's day and age to like accept that. Even no matter how much you like someone, it's a first date. You don't know this person. And like, obviously I know you now, and obviously you've never hurt anyone, but a girl has always got in the back of her mind on a first date. Okay, A, this is at night. B, there's not that many people around because it's in the middle, like it was in November and it was cold that night. I remember it was windy. And so there weren't that many people around. I'm letting him walk me back to my car, which there aren't that many people in the parking garage. That was kind of a risk that I took. Obviously,
I'm proud of you, Jamie. I'm proud of you for taking a risk with me.
Obviously now I know it's not a risk, but at the same time, like, think about it. Like, if you're a girl and you go on a first date with someone, it's the middle of the winter and you like the person, but you don't know them that well. Like, you've been talking for a while, but you meet someone online, you never know who this person's going to be. You hear all these horror stories about all these girls. Like, obviously I watch too much Law and Order.
Okay, if I was as paranoid as you're sounding right now, I would not have accepted a walk back to my car.
I liked you.
But like me enough to accept a hug, but not a kiss. Here's a trivia fact for you. Did you know that out of all the girls that I've offered a first date kiss to, because I wanted a second date, you're the first one to actually give me the body language of no?
Really?
You're the first person to turn down a Mike Beck kiss. First person.
Well, I'm the only person that gets to kiss you now, so I don't really care.
I know. I can't believe it. And I got the second date anyway. You didn't want the kiss, and I, you know what though? I didn't think nothing of that though. I put more emphasis on the walk back to the car.
Right. Well, that's good. I'm glad you called me.
I chalked that up to because you were shaking like a leaf by that point. Anyway.
I was.
You were. You were so nervous.
I was.
You were terribly nervous. So that's what I.
Is that what you got out of, like, maybe she didn't kiss me just because she's nervous, but okay, good.
And actually it was kind of empowering, like, haha, I got that charm. Mm-hmm.
That you made me nervous. You made me
I did.
awkward and flushed.
I felt like you empowered me.
That I actually liked you that much on the first date.
Yeah, I know. That I made you nervous. That way, that's why the next time I called you, I was like, hello, Jamie.
I don't even remember the next phone call. I think we
How was your evening?
Oh my God. Jimmy's like, at least it wasn't a handshake. Or Laura goes, or it wasn't, I don't know, it was a kind of a friend hug, but it was a little more than that. Like, obviously you didn't put your hands on my ass.
It was a very warm embrace.
It was.
It was a, wow, this feels nice to have this human contact.
Right.
So.
What? I don't even know what's going on in chat right now. Are you guys, like, drunk enough? I don't... Mike said something about Mike could show me he could touch his...
Tongue to his knee.
Tongue to...
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways. Ginny, rein your husband in. Take that drink away from him or pour him another one. Anyways, no, it wasn't two pats on the back, Laura. It was an actual, like, genuine hug.
It was a warm embrace.
It was. But.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Making
15
plans,
months later.
Making plans for an amazing wedding.
It's true. I cannot wait to freaking be on that beach.
Oh,
so excited.
We haven't made the announcement on the radio yet, have we?
Oh, well, I guess we can now.
Okay.
For all of you who are out there listening, we had originally intended to get married in East Lansing and had grand plans about all of how this was going to go. We were going to get married in my church that I used to go to at Michigan State, and
but I went and blew it.
You blew it.
I blew it. I was married before in the Catholic Church, and because apparently getting an annulment these days in the Catholic Church
takes some doing.
It's a pain in the butt. I filled out all the paperwork and turned it in, and they came back and say, "Oh, there's not enough here."
Information.
So what?
It was hard enough for Mike to begin with, and hard enough for me too. Like, it was hard to go back through, like, for him to go back through the memories and for me to hear them for the first time and that kind of thing. So, I don't know. We decided that there was too much drama going on with trying to get that all taken care of before the wedding, and it ended up that if we're going to keep the wedding date, we can't get married in the Catholic Church. So we'd had to pick some place else to get married anyways.
Right.
And, you know, there's just lots of vendors saying, hey, we need your deposit now. And we're like, haha, we just bought a new car and the car payment's due. And that kind of takes precedent because we don't want to, you know, have the IRS coming after us.
Well, the IRS wouldn't come after us for that. That would be the car
debt collectors.
Yeah.
They'd come and repo our car. And I would cry.
Well, not necessarily. Wait, hold on. Not necessarily, because there is a new show that's coming out where I believe it's by the same people who did Jersey Shore, where if the repo man comes to your house, he will ask you 5 questions, trivia questions. You'll be on a game show. 5 trivia questions. If you get 3 out of the 5 right, you get to keep your car scot-free.
We'd lose our car.
What?
We'd lose our car. Yeah. No, we wouldn't. We'd be all right. But I'm just saying, like, I'd be very, very sad if we lost our car. But anyways, so amidst all of this drama of the wedding, I flipped out and I was like, we can't do this. We have to figure out something else. So we went back to the drawing board and we decided that we're going to do a destination wedding instead, because it seems to be cheaper all the way around. We didn't actually have a honeymoon budget planned into our actual wedding budget, which kind of sucked because we were over our wedding budget for what we had planned. Mm-hmm. So we decided we're going to do are we actually going to announce the location?
Well, we haven't exactly named the official venue yet. But
no, not the official venue, but we are going to some place tropical in the Caribbean.
I asked that it be on United States territory.
Right. So, well, I guess we could just say we're going to get married on
the Virgin Islands.
The Virgin Islands.
I thought you were going to actually name which place on the Virgin Islands.
No.
Because we don't know yet. We have a pretty good idea.
Right. But we haven't put anything down on that yet.
Yeah, we're working on the final details.
Right.
But yes.
So we are getting married in the Virgin Islands.
I asked for just 2 things. That's all I wanted. The rest of it's gravy. I asked for if I could be drunk the whole time on pina coladas, and 2, can we have Beatles music played on steel drums?
And I think we're going to be able to accommodate both of those.
Yes.
Wait, so you'd be okay even if I wasn't there?
What I meant to say was, honey, there are 2 things I asked for while I'm with you.
Oh,
in the
while
Virgin
you're
Islands.
with me, while we're getting married.
While we're getting married.
Gotcha.
Jamie, as much as I love myself, and I do love myself,
you do,
that I would actually take the time to write wedding vows to myself.
That's awkward.
And deliver them publicly. But as much as I love myself, I love you more.
Aw, thanks, babe.
And out of all the people that I could trick into being trapped with me for the rest of their lives, I would love to trick you.
It worked for me.
Yes, you are definitely the perfect victim.
Okay, wonderful. I'm happy to be the victim.
Yes. Yes,
So,
you are.
And I'm the victim that will bring pina coladas and hire the steel drum player to play the Beatles.
There we go.
So we're good. You're good all the way around.
So I promise, though, that I'll at least stay sober through the morning ceremony.
Well, good, because I think it's happening at like 10 or 10:30 in the morning. So I'm hoping that you'll be at least minimally sober. I'm not saying no mimosas before we actually head out there, because I probably will have one or two, but...
You know the best part about going to the Virgin Islands?
What?
Is it not Hawaii, but we still get laid.
Bom, bom, bom.
What?
You don't even have your
What?
hooked up.
On top of the necklace thing they give you, you know?
They don't give you lays, I don't think. Yeah. Thank you, Mobius Strip. Whoever you are did a bunch in our chat for you, because that sucked. That was a bad joke.
It was whatever.
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 Oh, Ryan.
So anyway, that is where we're going to be getting married. That is where I will be making Jamie my wife.
Yay! I'm excited.
We will continue spending the rest of our lives together.
And that's true. And for all of you out there that won't be able to make it, obviously we're going to be posting pictures on our website too. So you'll be able to check out and see a little bit of our vacation down there. And a little bit of the wedding.
See, I like this too, because it gives us an excuse to have another party.
True story.
When we come back to involve more people.
That's right.
So
obviously, so guys, plan on the first week in December. There won't be any shows. We'll be taking that week off.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and have like the best of shows put together.
Yeah, we'll have something like that, but we'll be missing like 3 shows. So.
Wow, hard to believe that's. It seems like a long time from now, 10 months, but
I know. Actually, it's 9 months.
9 months. That's right.
And Jenny, unfortunately, you can't drive there unless you have an Austin Powers like Mini Cooper submarine car. You have to fly. It is an island.
Fly or take a boat.
You could take a boat, although cruise ships make me nervous. You know, I watched Titanic without Mike. Mike was gone last weekend, as you all know, and this is the other thing that we forgot to talk about. Mike was gone last weekend, so I intended on doing a cooking show. However, I wasn't sure that I could set it up and make sure that the entire show ran smoothly without, spilling all kinds of junk all over my computer. So, I instead posted a recipe that I'm hoping some people checked out, because it was absolutely delicious. We actually had another cup of, or 2 bowls of it today for lunch, but it's my chicken dumpling soup, which actually
is good.
It's not too bad on the calories either. Obviously, the dumplings make it more, but it's not too bad if you actually stick to the recipe. So it's got lots of veggies in it and chicken, and I like to use the rotisserie, like the deli rotisserie chicken, because Lisa! Sorry, I got distracted. My friend Lisa is online now in our chat. But yeah, I like to use the rotisserie deli chicken because it's really easy to pull off the bone, and it's already seasoned and cooked in its own juices, so it's not like, boiling up chicken breasts that end up being like tough and not yummy.
So when are you going to have a cooking
Mike,
show?
I'm not lame. Mike from Ohio said I'm lame. What the hell? I'm not lame. I'm just cautious with my electronics, and honestly, our kitchen is not great to be set up as a cooking show because my counter space is really wonky. So if we were to do a cooking show, Mike would have to do my camera work while I actually did it.
I can handle that.
Really?
Yes, I can.
Well, then I'm okay with doing a cooking show. We can't do it this weekend because my mom will be here. Maybe she'll be our guest speaker on.
We're not going to make your mom do a radio show.
What? She'll be here Saturday.
You know what?
If she can do her impression of Marlon Brando in Miss America like she did on Cranium that one time we were playing, I'm all about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, the show is almost over. We didn't do a drinking word.
We didn't. Shoot.
Jamie.
Jenny, you're supposed to remind me of this
You're
crap.
lame. You're lame, Jamie.
Whatever.
I'm starting to agree with Mike from Ohio. You're lame.
Well, you're marrying me, so what does that make you?
I take on charity cases. I don't know.
Oh, I'm so coming over there.
No. And there's the drinking word. I'm so coming over there.
Uh-huh.
That should be the drinking phrase.
You sure Laid isn't? You know, everyone wants those flower necklaces.
All right.
So, anyways. So, yes, we will be talking about, like, let me know if you guys try out the recipe and what you think of it. I think it's delish. And actually, the dumplings are Mike's mom's recipe, so.
Yes, it was a very favorite of mine growing up. Absolutely.
Right.
So, well, I think this is the part of the show where we say goodnight.
Are you sure? We had a couple more topics to talk about.
You had more topics? You were sandbagging me?
I'm not. We got talking about stuff. I'm sorry. Did you not want to rehash our first date and let everyone know our history?
I always want to talk about our history.
Okay, well,
I like the part of my our history that makes me look like a hero. It makes me look like charming.
It's a really short part.
Oh, wow.
No, we only had one more topic.
Coming over there. Okay, well then I'm sorry for my premature
sign off.
Yikes. Okay, what's this last topic?
Our last topic is the picture I just put up there for you guys is about diamond rings.
Oh, the plumbing.
The plumbing.
You know, I will say.
Is it a cubic zirconia, Jenny? I don't know. It says diamond ring, where I got it from.
Well, she says.
Regardless.
The story that we're referring to is a woman who accidentally flushed a $10,000 diamond ring down her toilet.
Did she flush it down the toilet? Or
down the toilet.
Oh,
yep.
my God.
And the plumber.
How do you flush a diamond down the toilet unless you're, pissed at your husband?
And that is definitely a crappy cut. It was a crappy cut after it landed in the toilet, for sure.
That's awful.
And
nice, Ryan. You're encouraging him. Thanks.
But anyway, the plumber did salvage it for her. But the question to me is what's the worst thing you've ever lost down the drain?
Isn't that the question to our viewers, not you?
Well, everybody.
All right.
What's the worst thing you've ever lost down the drain? I'll tell you this. Not a day goes by that I don't cry for my beautiful set of Muppet toys that I lost down the toilet as a young lad. I didn't realize they wouldn't come back.
Not a day goes by, huh?
Not a day goes by. I wake up in a cold sweat some nights thinking about Kermit and how he just looked at me all just slanted eyed, those little weird pupils he's got. Just why, Mike? Why is this happening to me? And as he went round and around and around, then whoop, gone.
How did he fit down there? How big were these little miniatures?
I don't know. They're just little hands. I'm trying to think how this through.
Your fist is way too big to go down the toilet.
As you should well know. No. They're as big as my hand was when I was 4.
Okay.
However big that was.
Okay.
So anyway, you put them in the toilet, you flush the toilet, and off they go. And sometimes they'd have a problem, like my fat-bellied Ralph one wouldn't go because he got stuck at the...
Don't you still have Ralph?
Yes, I still have Ralph.
He wouldn't fit.
So he stayed.
He was saved from his fat belly.
Yes. No, but Miss Piggy, she wouldn't fit at first, so I had to reach in there and flick her in the butt, and then I had to give her a shot, and she went.
Can I tell you something awkward?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
When I was in 2nd grade.
Why are you getting so quiet?
Because it's a soul-bearing moment. When I was in 2nd grade, my mom put curlers in my hair. Okay, please don't do that.
Sorry, I was just trying to emphasize the moment.
My mom put curlers in my hair before school because I wanted to have my hair curled, but it was really short. My mom used to cut my hair, and it was short. It was starting to grow out, but it wasn't shoulder length by any means. It was shorter than that, and my hair kind of turned out like a grandma that just got out of the salon.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was cute. I put a little bow in it. I thought I was Shirley Temple. But I went to school, and everyone called me Miss Piggy.
Oh,
everyone
Jamie.
asked where my blue eye shadow was. I was devastated. It was really sad.
Everyone called you Miss Piggy.
Yeah, that was my nickname for a really long time. It took me a long time to grow out of that. And trust me, in a school where, 12 out of the 20 kids in my 8th grade graduating class I'd known since 1st grade, it's really hard to grow out of that nickname.
Wow, Jamie.
I know.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was a little scarred, but I'm okay now.
Well, it's all right. Well,
At least no one called me Mimi from...
We can just pretend that nickname went with the real Miss Piggy as she went down the toilet.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I flushed the whole set. I flushed Ralph wouldn't go, but Fozzie Bear, he eventually went.
Gonzo.
Gonzo went. Scooter.
Beaker.
No, I didn't have Beaker.
What?
There was no Beaker. But there was Animal. He went. Kermit went. I think I already said Miss Piggy went. And yeah, that's all I can think of. But yep, down they all went. So they all had a slow, painful death at the hands of the septic tank.
Actually, at your hands.
Well,
You're the cause of them being in the septic tank.
Kill them, and I didn't know that's where they were going to go. I was a little child.
Oh, that's true.
So.
Well, thank you, friends. My friends are very encouraging in the chat room. As they say, Miss Piggy was a hottie. Thanks, Mike. And Laura said, for real, I was just about to say that Mimi would have been worse. I don't think that, what the hell is that? The Drew Carey Show was very big back then. I think it was just starting to come out maybe a little after we were in second grade. And Mike from Ohio also reminds me that she got Kermit, and Ryan said that he's a star. So there.
There you go.
So, okay. But still, like, I was in second grade, and I was chunky, and, well, I still am, but I was a chunky second grader,
no,
so...
you're fine.
My sister-in-law and I like to call it voluptuous.
There you go.
We are curvy. We are fat bottom girls. I'm okay with being a Queen song. I'm a fat bottom girl. But, I'm just saying I was a chunky second grader, and it didn't help my self-concept to be called Miss Piggy after I had very big, granny, curly hair.
Well, kids never...
They're mean.
...run out of ways to insult each other.
That's right. Ginny says real women have curves. That's right.
Mm-hmm. See, yeah, because their kids are always mean to each other, you know. And I can remember, well, high school, I didn't really get... I got picked on off and on, but I was pretty good at, you know, dishing it out as opposed to taking it.
Right.
But, you know, there was one joke that I never knew was about me. I never got it because it was like I'd always hear it obscurely. I just thought these couple of kids were weird. But my junior year of high school, I took a briefcase to school with me everywhere.
Because you're a dork.
Yeah. I'm a nerd. I'll admit it. But... So, and plus it made it so much easier to get at all your stuff. It was very, very efficient. Anyway, every time I'd see these couple of kids in the hallway, they'd always be humming the James Bond theme.
Why?
The anyway, every time I'd see them every time in the hallway, wherever.
Why?
You know,
because you were carrying a briefcase.
Well, I didn't know they were doing it towards me. It went like the whole year. Then finally, you know. They let me in on the joke because I never seemed to be insulted by it.
Because that was stupid. Like they should be embarrassed about their lack of.
I guess.
I don't know.
But they thought they were so clever because they were. I don't know. If anything, I was impressed that they would actually think I'm James Bond.
Well, right. I think you should take that as a compliment, not as they were trying to make fun of you. Can I say douchebag? I'm going to say douchebag.
Yeah, go ahead. You know, that should be the
we're after 10 o'clock. This is the new drinking word, douchebag. But, what?
No, go ahead.
Okay. It sounded like you were about to say something, but...
No, not going to say anything at all.
No, I'm just saying, like, they're douchebags for thinking, A, that would be insulting to you, and B, like, to say that you're James Bond. Ooh, I'm insulted. Like, okay, you're as cool as Sean Connery. Hello, that is not an insult. Like, what are they, like, honest to God?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't know. This is another question for Ryan and Laura specifically, because they're the biggest movie buffs I know, but who is the best James Bond?
Do I get to chime in on this?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I do it right now?
Yeah, Ginny said Sean is the only 007.
Yeah, Sean Connery to me is the one that embodied all of what we think James Bond should be.
Yeah.
I mean, people will argue because there was actually a guy. What was that? The original Casino Royale. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the name of that actor, but you know, people tried to, you know, experts, quote unquote experts, tried to say that that he was really what Ian Fleming wanted James Bond to be. No, come on. Sean Connery is it.
Absolutely.
Pierce Brosnan, he kind of was warming up to me, but
I don't know.
you just always got to go with the original.
Right. And who's the guy that played him most recently? I can't find his name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Crap. Somebody in the chat, tell me.
I know who you're talking about. The guy who sat in the chair and was getting tortured, was getting wrecked in the nuts.
Yes.
So.
Daniel Craig. There we go.
Well, there. Good job.
Thank you. I actually had to look it up, but thank you, Wikipedia. I'm just saying. There's a reason it's out there.
So.
And Ryan just typed it. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know. It goes back to Sean Connery's definitely the man when it comes to James Bond.
Jason thinks it's Roger Moore. I guess it depends on your taste. Like, I'm not saying one is better than the other.
I enjoyed Roger Moore's movies. I mean, with him as James Bond, I enjoyed them. I mean, not like I totally discount him, but I just think that it was, yeah. Roger Moore came in as they try to be a little funnier with the movies,
right?
So. But
if you want to be funny, just watch Austin Powers.
Or in like Flynn. You watch him.
Sure.
And like Flynn was a good movie too. I actually found that very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, and this all stemmed from what have you lost on the drain? Oh, I forgot to tell you that Ginny had her dog ate a pair of her $600 diamond earrings.
Oh my goodness.
I would be pissed.
I'd say, yeah, you have to follow that dog around with a baggie for days.
She said she was on poop patrol.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or you could be like, my mom's dogs, and one of them ate an entire payback, or not payback. What are they called?
Payday?
Payday, whatever.
The candy bar?
Yeah, the candy bar.
Hungry? Have a payback.
Do you see how much of my drink is left?
Oh my god, that's the best thing ever.
Shut up.
You know what? In fact,
you know
what? I'm gonna make a candy bar and call it the friggin' payback.
Okay, good. I think you should. And then I would not have to renege on that comment.
You know what? That's right. And I'm going to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to advertise it.
Hey, he's not the gov anymore, so he's a free agent.
When I'm hungry, I have a payback.
Apparently, he's an elderly.
I can't afford Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sorry, I'm short on money. Is Wilford Brimley still alive? Maybe he will. If you got diabetes.
Diabetes.
If you got the diabetes.
There's a cat that looks like him. Have you seen that picture? There's a cat that looks like him.
You know what? I don't spend my days on www stuff that looks like WilfordBrimley.com. I don't.
Are you sure? That's about the only website you didn't spend your days on.
No. Oh, come on. Listen, Wilford Brimley would be a good person to advertise payback candy bars. Be like, if you got the diabetes, call my friends at Liberty Medical. And if you don't have the diabetes,
eat a payback.
And then call my friends at Liberty Medical.
Because you will go into diabetic shock.
No, it'd be diabetes shock.
Diabetes.
Listen, I'm not making fun of diabetes. I'm just making fun of the way he says it.
He says diabetes. But Ginny goes, oh my litter. Oh my god, okay, here's another question. What are some of those old phrases that you always used to use and you want to bring back? Like, what are sayings you want to bring back? Like,
radical, gnarly.
Do you want to bring those back?
I can't think of any old phrases, because if I want to bring them back, I'll just say them.
Okay, but here's one that I have always said, and people are like, "Who are you? What are you from 1982?" I say psych. Like, if somebody said something and they're like, "Oh, just kidding," you're like, "Psych." Okay. No. Everyone's like, "Who are you?"
Okay. Well, all right. Well, psych wasn't really 1982.
Well, I'm just saying whatever.
Maybe you have to confuse the fact that when people said that you were to.
Well, then it was 1988. I'm sorry for the 6-year difference.
Psych.
Psych.
It still could come around. You can still use that.
See, Ryan, I don't know if you're making fun of me or whatever. I don't know.
See, Jamie, you're totally funny. Psych. Da-dare. 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 Da-dare.
I'm biting my tongue.
All right. Unbite it. And what do you have to say?
I can't say that online.
So I'll tell you one phrase that I hear off and on, but it's kind of like started to die. I'm all about that. I used to hear that all the time. You know, I'm all about that.
We're not talking about bringing back Paris Hilton's. That's hot. Because that should just die. It should. Like, that's an awful phrase. That's hot. Like, what does that mean?
It's like, that's hot.
I understand what it means, but it makes no sense.
It's like saying that's cool, but
Okay.
that's hot. It's so cool. It's hot.
It's so cool it's hot, huh? Ginny
right.
says, "Gag me with a spoon." They say, "My bad, cool beans."
See, I never said gag me with a spoon. I don't know where this phrase came from, but I still say it once in a while. It slips out, but I used to say it a lot more. F me with a wooden shoe. I don't know. It's like I'm just saying, "Ah, damn it," or something. It's like, F me with a wooden shoe.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I don't
Who
know.
has a wooden shoe unless you're in, like, friggin' the Netherlands?
Yeah,
like,
apparently so. Maybe that's where it originated.
in the Netherlands? Really? They say F me with my shoe.
They say
Why
balls.
would they say
They say
wooden
balls.
shoe?
They
Why would
say
they say
Balzac. They say Balzac. That's a fact.
Oh my god, should we talk about that? That's kind of embarrassing, though.
Well, all I know is this: is that I was trying to, for whatever reason, I put in the phrase ball sack. We won't get into why I put in the phrase ball sack, other than maybe it was juvenile.
We were screwing around and not, like, we were just typing stupid things in.
JB, stop talking. Stop talking for a minute. When I say I don't know why I put ball sack in a translator, and you say we were screwing around, that makes it worse. Can I just tell the story?
Okay,
please?
you tell the story, and then I'm going to retell it the way it actually happened.
All right. I put in ball sack in the Google translator and wanted to translate it from English to Dutch. Freaky deaky Dutch. And it came
Dutch
back
bastard.
with Balzac. Balzak. And I'll even type it in the chat room for all those who care.
Forget about
Yeah, Balzac. Just like that is when it came back. And then when I always go back and retranslate it back from the whatever language I wanted to go to back to English just to make sure it comes back the right way. It comes back as scrotum.
It knew.
It knew. Like, I actually put ball space sack. It goes over as Balzac. I put in Balzac and it comes back as scrotum.
Yeah.
And I thought that was completely funny, and it got me thinking, what if I was like a baseball player or whatever, and I'm actually describing a sack of balls, a ball sack. I would be embarrassed talking to my Dutch fans. Asking people to come over and help me carry my Balzac. That
would be awkward.
That would be very awkward. Now, I have no idea how this even happened, how we even got to this topic.
I don't know, but I'm going to retell the story about how it really happened. We
Oh.
were screwing around. Like, not physically screwing around, but
Thank
just messing
you.
around
Thank you.
online. And Mike sent me this Google Translate thing. Like, he sent me a phrase in Dutch. I'm like, what the F does that mean? I'm trying to keep it semi-clean.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
Well,
Right
you know.
on.
Right. Anyways. See, Ryan agrees with me. It would just be a bag at that point. You wouldn't say my ball bag. Anyways. Oh my god. Ryan, if the drinking word is the, you got a lot of drinking to catch up on. Anyways. So, we were screwing around on the Google Translator. There's another the. And Mike sent me this phrase in Dutch. I'm like, what does that mean? So I put it back through, and I forget what it said, but it was something juvenile and ridiculous. And so I sent him back something juvenile and ridiculous. But okay, here's the catch, is that we were doing this in the middle of the afternoon, and Mike's son is home from school because it's the midwinter break. So it's the middle of the afternoon, doors wide open to our room, and I've got my laptop sitting on my lap, Mike's at his desk or whatever, and sending these things back and forth. Well, I wanted to hear what it sounded like in Dutch, whatever the crude thing that Mike sent to me was. And I accidentally clicked under the English version. So it actually said in English this nasty thing that he'd written to me in English. And I'm like, oh my God, Colin so just heard that. I bust out laughing because it's like blaring through the room. Something like, can I just say it?
You can say it in a minute, but just he didn't hear it though because he was like way on the other side of the house playing a video game.
I know, but I'm just
And
saying,
he
like,
could have theoretically. That's
right.
but
But the fact
I don't
that he
want
might
people-
have heard, "I want to teabag your face with my scrotum."
who says that? I did not say that.
Clearly, I don't have a scrotum, so I don't know how I'd be teabagging you with my
I
scrotum.
don't know what you're. Wow, honey. Wow.
Yes, Sadie, that's your brother.
You know what? What I should say what you said to me.
No. No, you're not going to.
Yeah, because you know what? Whatever you thought about what she just said,
It was worse what I said to him.
she made me
I
look.
promise it was worse.
What she said made me look prim and proper.
I did. Yep. What I said was worse. I promise you that. But it was just hilarious that, I wanted to hear what it sounded like in Dutch, just to be like, hey, this is kind of funny or whatever. And then I hear
Can't believe
blaring out of my, what? I hear it blaring out of my computer in English. I'm like, oh, shoot. No. It was just something funny and ridiculous. Obviously he didn't actually do that, but it's like
really, I was there, so I have to concur that I didn't do that.
right.
Makes sense.
We were being juvenile.
I
but-
so should blow the whistle on you.
No, you're really not going to though.
Yeah. Uh
Jason, I don't want to get into whether it was Lipton or Red Rose tea bags.
huh. It was, oh boy.
Yeah, special.
See, this is what happens. This is what happens.
This is what happens when I'm home during the day and Mike actually has, I'm left to his devices. I get brought down to the 5th grade level of, we're going to talk about.
Oh, wait a minute. I did not have to drag you very far, young lady. You were already
I'm on
waiting. You
vacation.
were already wading through it.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Whatever.
mhm.
Whatever. I
Yeah.
can say what I want. We can be whatever.
Can't believe you.
How's your drink?
Not as good as yours, apparently.
Mine's delicious. Actually, I'm very warm right now.
Me too. My face is all red.
You're a little flushed.
A little flushed. Telling lies about me.
Anyways. Oh, good. Mike posted a picture on Talking the Rocks of their drinking pic.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Let me refresh the page here.
Nice.
So, well, that's fun. Oh, we have another new like. Guys, really encourage your friends. Please encourage your friends to like us on Facebook. We really, really want to get rid of our first $25 gift card.
Yes, we want to give that away, so we need to come up with those 500 fans. So we're popular, and we can have more people listen to Jamie tell embarrassing stories about me.
Well, I'm sure my hey, I told an embarrassing story about me tonight.
The Miss Piggy story?
Yes.
That's embarrassing, yes, but that didn't happen just yesterday, though.
Well, no. I didn't say it had to. Don't worry. In the course of this show, well, not this show, but the run of our careers on radio, I'm sure that many more embarrassing stories will come up about me.
I
have
so
no
want to
doubt.
burn you right now. I so want to just put that out there, what you said to me. I mean, I'm holding your reputation in my hands at this very moment.
Well, okay. At least some of these people know what a dirty bird I am. I'm just saying. Although I'd rather not, even though, well, whatever.
I'll say this.
Sandy, you're supposed to be on my side.
Well, let's say part of the phrase that she said. Let's just say the phrase ended with "spray your face."
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to say spray, but apparently there's no word for spray in Deutsch.
Oh, what word were you trying to say?
Squirt.
Yeah, squirt my face, but it turned into spray my face. So there you go.
Okay, I'm sweating a little. Let's move on. Anyways, don't we
Yeah.
have to stop now?
Yep, there you go.
Anyways,
But there was a whole sentence that went before that. We won't repeat.
we
on the air.
won't go there. Anyways,
Mission accomplished. I said enough.
Okay, good. I'm sufficiently embarrassed. Thanks.
Wow.
My ears are burning. I'm sweating a little around the neck.
I bet you we're probably one of the few people in this world who play the game of let's type dirty
So far
things to
I
each
can
other.
push you.
No, let's type dirty things into the translator and then paste them to Google Docs so you can untranslate it and enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that other people have done that though. Like honestly, like we can't be the only people that have.
Well, maybe so. I think it's the real reason why Google makes that.
Right, because
Bunch
it's
of
not
engineer-
actually because it's useful.
No, there's a bunch of
and
engineers up there laughing and telling fart jokes back and forth in Swahili.
it's true. See, funny. Do they have Swahili on there? That's kind of fun.
Yes, they do.
See, and then you can just not be an idiot like I am. And don't push the English version. Push the whatever language you pick version. Sure, we'll go with that, Mike. Yes, Jenny, oh my Lanta. We need to end this show because I'm done talking about this. I really hope my mom doesn't listen to this.
Jamie,
Mike.
you started this.
I know.
And I was an innocent bystander.
Well, I didn't start it completely.
No, you went there. You had to tell the story. Now
I
look.
did.
All right. Well, when do we come on the air again?
Well, that's a good question because I have to pick my mom at the airport at 8:35 on Thursday evening. So we have one of two choices, or three choices. We
Okay.
can either do a show tomorrow. We could do a later show on Thursday, or we could do a show tomorrow on Friday. What do you think?
You pick.
Me pick? I say we do a show tomorrow, and I don't know. It's kind of hard with my mom here. Like I kind of want to spend time with her.
Yeah, that's the whole point of her coming. So we won't be doing a show while she's here.
Right. So we won't do a weekend show. We'll just do a show tomorrow night, and then we'll have to see you guys next week.
Yes. We'll do a show on Tuesday then.
Tuesday? Today is Tuesday.
No, a week from today.
Oh.
We'll do one tomorrow.
We'll do one tomorrow
Tuesday.
on Wednesday. Right.
And there you go. And then we'll be on the air. And
No, Mike, we're not leaving my mom at the airport. She's flying in from Maine. I'm not leaving her at the airport.
All right. Well, you ready to sign off?
I am ready.
So be
Friends,
sure to...
it's been awesome. Thanks for hanging in there with us despite our digression in the last 20 minutes.
Yes, and be sure to check out our Facebook page. We're always adding new stuff on there and always looking for your comments on our fun little topics we post on there.
True
and
story.
we are definitely pushing towards those 500 fans. We're getting there, a few every day. Pretty soon it'll take off like wildfire, and we'll give away our gift cards.
True story.
That's right. But of course, we give you the gift of entertainment.
That's right.
All right. Well, for Talk on the Rocks, this is Mike.
And this is Jamie.
And we'll see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
Sounds great.
Hey.